Hello everyone, welcome to the Parallax Academia. In this class, we'll be discussing about real numbers. Real numbers. So, before going in details about real numbers, let's know that what are the history of numbers? What is the history of numbers? As you know that, you might not know that, or you may know that. That is, the history of numbers is as old as human civilization. It's very old, cause civilization. Why it's very old? Because from ancient time, when people use different things for their necessary works or whatever, they started to count things for themselves. Or the concept of counting comes from ancient time. So, according to Greek philosopher Aristotle, formal beginning of mathematics started with its practice among ancient Egyptian priests. So it can be said that numbers-based mathematics was created some 2000 years before the birth of the Christ. So about 2000 before Christ. So it can be said like that. That is, the number-based mathematics was created. Number-based mathematics based mathematics mathematics. Okay, this number-based mathematics was created about 2000 before Christ. Okay, it's even before that. So number and operations on them have reached today's universal form after that through the hands of different nations and civilizations. We know that Indian mathematicians introduced the concept for the first time of zero and decimal. So if you talk about the zeros and decimals, who introduced them? Zero and decimals. So Indian mathematician, okay. They first introduced the term of 0 and 1, and that's how it is. Then we have here, so this is considered as a milestone in the representation of numbers. Later on, India and Chinese mathematicians expanded the concept of zero, negative numbers, and real and integer and fractional numbers, which were taken as the basis of Arabian mathematicians of medieval age. So Muslim mathematicians of the Middle East are given the credit of expressing numbers using decimal fractions. So who are given the credit of expressing numbers into decimal fractions? It's said that the Muslim mathematician, or the mathematician of the medieval age, Muslim mathematician. Or mathematician of Middle East countries. Okay. Again, the first introduced the irrational numbers in the form of square roots for solution of quadratic algebraic equation in the 11th century. I think many of us know that in the 11th century, so they were able to introduce irrational numbers in the form of square roots for solution of quadratic algebraic equation. Again, historian thinks that about around 500 AD, Greek philosopher felt necessity of irrational numbers. So historians do think that around 580, that is after the death of Jesus Christ. Greek philosophers, they felt the necessity of irrational numbers, and especially the square root of 2. So they felt in irrational numbers. Numbers square root of 2, you can say, and for the purpose of geometrical drawing. So they used to draw different kinds of geometrical pattern. That's the reason they needed these kinds of things. In the 19th century, European mathematicians gave completeness to the real numbers through introducing complete set of rules of operations. And in order to satisfy daily needs, students are required to have clear understanding about real numbers. So in these discussions or in this playlist, you will find about real numbers that we'll be discussing in these videos. So what you learn from here, so you will learn how to classify real numbers. You can say things that we learn, things that we will learn. 1. How to classify real numbers. Number 2 is how to deduce approximate values of real numbers by expressing it in decimal fraction. So and these are the two things, and another thing is how to classify decimal fractions. So next you will learn about number 3, decimal fractions. These are the things that you will be learning in this playlist, and this all we have here for now. Well, thank you for the first video.